watch the video later for those that did not follow completely in class. So if there is no question, that is to say everybody here understood what we did in our last class. Let me see a thumbs up if you know you understood our last class perfectly. That is what we did in our last class. Is Jane the only one in this class? If you have any question from our last class, please indicate before we proceed with our class for today. Okay. How many of you were able to create the pictures you want to use for our homepage, like I told you guys to do in the last class? I need reactions, please. If you're able to do that, leave your reactions. Are you guys trying to tell me that no one, like you guys, were not able to get the images you're going to add to your homepage? Good. Okay, good. So is anybody having problem or issue trying to upload the video to your website? That is the video you did. Okay, good. Jane, well done. Well done, Jane. That's nice. Maybe towards the end of this class, I will ask you to share your screen so we'll see what you've been able to do so far. So let's do a quick recap of what we did in our last class. So in our last class, we were able to properly create blocks, our own blocks, instead of trying to add blocks, different blocks from patterns. We were able to identify how to create our own blocks and column from the we're able to create our blocks from a like to properly edit our website to create our own custom blocks instead of depending on the limited blocks we have in patterns here. We're able to create our own. That is to say, we are not limited by what WordPress has for us here. We can actually create what we want to create. And in our today class, we also be adding slide hero to our pages, to one of the new pages we are going to be creating. We are going to be adding a slide header. So you can actually see add, instead of using this kind of I say slide header hero. Instead of using this kind of static hero like the one we are using here, we can be able to create our own slide hero. So I want us to go as fast as possible with this particular class. So hope you guys are following, right? Good. So the first thing we are going to do in this particular class is to identify, while we were working on this page, we created some pages, though those pages are still, should I say, static. like they've not been published yet due to we've not published them. We just created them. That I know if you check, we'll get to that. That is like when we created all these read more links. Let's edit our page. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Like in this link, we're able to create all these links. All these links we created leads to a particular page. So in this class, I'll be showing you guys how to publish your pages. So for example, this when we created this particular link, it automatically created a page with ID of 14. That is where you know the page ID is from this. Let me start again. When you click on the read more, it will display the page. That is the page where it will be redirected, where users will be redirected to when they click on that particular button. So there is this edit icon here. You are not going to edit the link. We will just click it, so we'll be able to see the page ID, which is the most important thing we'll be needing to see the page ID of the page connected to that particular button or link. So in our case, this particular page ID is page ID 14. You will see why we need this page ID in a moment. So let me show you guys. So to create a new page or access your already existing page, all you have to do is to the top right of your screen, just beside this plus icon, there is an arrow, sorry, top left. There is an arrow left icon there. That is an arrow that points to the left. When you click on that particular arrow, it will open this tab for you. But this is not where we want to be, because currently, as you can see, we are in the patterns tab. It opened the patterns tab for us, but patterns is not where where we need to be right now. So what we have to do is click on this icon here, the icon directly behind these patterns. When you click on it, it will list out all these tabs for you: identity, styles, pages, navigation, patterns, template. What you are looking for is this particular pages here. So you go ahead and click on pages. So as you can see, to your left menu on the pages tab, you have all pages. That is all the pages we've created. And as you can see, out of all the pages we've created, only 2 have been published. That is, if we launch this particular site and you send this link, your site link, to someone, when the person clicks on this link, what they are going to see is page not found. They will see the error, page not found. That is what they are going to see when they click on this particular link. It's not the page not found is not because the page does not exist. Why they will see page not found is because that particular page was not published. So we come to draft. Draft is a list of all your pages that have not been published yet. You come to draft. Okay, let's do something first. To identify this particular the page ID of this particular page, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing, please. What you are going to do is click on this view button here. This view button here. When you click it, it will, oh, okay, let me share the screen so you guys will see it. Hope you guys can see the new page. Good. When it will open up this page for you. This particular page currently is the page you just clicked view on. As you can see in the URL here, it's displaying it on the URL, that is on your URL bar. When you click on that particular link, if you are using phone, but if you are making use of laptop, you just look at the URL bar, you just see the complete link there. You will see that this particular read more button I previewed right now is page ID 14. That is, and on this our page, the first one the read more button with page ID 14 is public waste. That is this, the first one here is public waste. So what we are going to do now we have identified um that particular page. Let me go back to our previous page. Now that we've identified that particular page as our page with ID 14, what I'm going to do next is to rename this particular read more. Renaming it in the sense that when I'll be editing it, it will be easier for me to identify all the pages. So what I'll do is rename this one to, that should be plastic, read more, plastic, save. So now I've saved this read more plastic. What is going to happen is, sorry, on this page now, this button now will redirect users to that read more plastic. But redirecting users to that page does not mean that because I renamed that the name of the page name, does not mean that our link here is going to change. It will not change to read more plastic. It will still display as read more, which is what we need. So to identify the page ID for paper and cardboard, you'd follow the same process which we did for plastic. So you click on edit icon, look for the page ID 15. This one is page ID 15. Using the same process, though this particular process is not compulsory, but why we have to do that is for you to easily identify any page you want to edit, so you will not be confused while trying to edit a particular page, so you will not edit the wrong page. So let's view this. I think this should be 15. I'm right. So let me rename this as well. So read more, plastic. And that is to say, this last one is going to be glass. It have to be glass because that's the only three read more, but that's the only three columns we have with read more button. So what you are going to do now is rename read more glass. So now I can easily identify my my pages, my existing pages. And Jane, at the beginning, you asked me, how do you create a new page? To create a new page, there is just one simple thing you have to do. That is, while you're on this page, maybe you did not create the page from here, but you need a new page that you can add to some of your buttons. For me, I'll be creating the waste management page. What I'll do is click on this add page button. On this open tab for draft, click on this add page button. When you click on it, for me, I'll be naming this new page, waste management. Waste management. So you just open the page, but that's not an issue. So that is how you create a new page if you don't already have the page while building. Let me say we had all these pages because while building our home page, we indirectly created those pages. So let me review and save all my changes. So now we have all this. we are going to be edit before we go into publishing. Well, Dominic, you have a question. Dominic, you can turn on your mic and ask your question.
I was not around in the last class. I don't know the site you're on.
You are not around in the last class.
Yes.
Were you around in our class on Tuesday?
No.
Okay, you know what's going to happen. Don't worry, just try as much as possible to follow what we are going to do in this class. Then on your dashboard, that is on your parents dashboard, ask your parents to open the dashboard for you. Watch the videos from the last class. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Then
Yes.
after watching the videos and practicing from with those videos, if you have any question, just try as much as possible to write them down. That is, if there is anything you don't understand from the videos you watched, write them down. So in our next class, you join on time and ask me those questions. Do you understand?
Okay.
Good. Just try as much as possible to follow this particular class. So any step you miss, you can always watch your class tutorial for. So what I will do next is this new page we just created. I just created waste management. I'm going to be add. Okay, first things first. Before it will display. Okay, let me. It's better you guys see directly than trying to explain. So let's go ahead and close this tab. So I will try and do something now. I will try and add a link. Okay, we also have a waste management um button on our hero, but I will show you guys something. I'll click on it, click on this link. Okay, edit. As you can see, this link here was randomly added. What I'm going to do now is, let me view the waste management, this thing we just created. Let me say, for example, before I add it that way, let me say, for example, if for our learn, our about us pages have already been published from what we saw earlier. That is, in the list of published pages, we just have about and learn. These two have already been published. So, but there is no other publish button. Let me say I want to add, let me say I want to that this button, I'm just creating it. When I type about, this link is displaying now is the link to our about us page, but currently we don't have a waste management. Okay, sorry, this link here is a default link that is displaying for us to a service page, but due to we don't have a waste management page, as I'm typing waste management, it should have been able to display the name of the page. Why I said we don't have a waste management page is because though the page is there, but it have not been published. So this particular process is finding it hard to do it. I don't think this will explain it better. I'm coming. Let me do something else. It will explain that better. Let's say I want to add a link here. Let me type something like more. Sorry. I want to add a link here. I click here, click on this link icon. Then go ahead and type more. As you can see, okay, it's just displaying the about us page for us, and then a button to create page named more. But then, due to, like, let's say we type waste management now. Due to the waste management page have not been created, it won't display that particular page. But if you type about or learn, it should display those two pages because they are already published on our projects. That's why we were able to see two of them here. So you can now, if I actually want to add this page, all I have to do now is just click learn and it will add the link here. So hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to explain here. Please leave a thumbs up. Let me know those that are following. Good. So to make that particular waste management page visible on our project, what I have to do now is come to these pages, go to our drafts. This draft will display a list of on this draft it will display a list of your unpublished pages. So when you're on this draft, go ahead and click edit on the page you want to publish. For me, it's this waste management, so I click edit. So it opens the page. We are not editing this page right away, so just what I'm going to do is just save. Yes, now as you can see, it have displayed this button for me here to the top right of my screen. It displayed this button. Why it was displaying save is we did some changes to our home screen that we've not saved there. That's why it was showing save. But by default, if you don't have any pending saves, what you are going to see on this particular section by default is published on any new page you open that have not been published yet. So to add this particular page to our project, so if globally and within our project, why I say globally is, so if anybody anywhere that have access to your website, if they click on that on waste management button, you want them to reach this page, you must publish that particular page. Because if even though you have it in your project, if you've not published it, once a user clicks it, what they're going to see is this page was not found. That on sometimes you see error. No, that's what you normally call error 404, page not found. So you go ahead and click publish here. So now we've done that. When we go back to this pages list and go to draft as usual, as you can see, waste management is no longer in draft. Instead, it's now in published. So what will now happen is when I go back to this page now, let's say I want to add a new link. Good. Let's say I want to add a new link. When I click on link and go, as you can see, it have displayed waste management, learn, and about. These are all our published pages at the moment. Hope you guys are following, please. Good. So with that being said, for this class, we are going to edit our read more page for glass. That is a page that after the user reads what this brief introduction to glass and the person wants to know more about glass waste, the page during the last class I told you guys that you should try figuring out how to add images on this page that I used placeholder images. Were you guys able to do that, or should I revisit it? Is there anyone in this class currently that found it hard to add images to their homepage? So that is to say everyone did that perfectly. That's good. Jane, you can't add images. Okay. But you were able to add the placeholder. You on your project, you had space. you had space for the images. So there is no placeholder where you add image. Okay. Jane, remind me. If this is your first class, please don't worry. The videos are already on your dashboard. You can access those videos at any time. So for those that this is their first class, you don't have to worry. We just had two classes. We've only had two classes. So all those videos are on your dashboard. You can visit those videos, watch them, and you have a clear understanding of what we did in the last two classes. And after watching those videos, if you are still confused if you have any confusion at any stage, please try and jot it down. So in our next class, which will be on Friday, you will ask me your questions, then I will go through you have to join the class early, so I will attend to the questions first before we start on the topic of the day. Hope you guys are following. Hope you understand. Good. Please, what you just have to do today is try as much as possible to follow what we are doing in class today. So Jane, if you have placeholders for images, all you have to do to add images to your projects. Hope you guys can see my screen. First things first is, if you click on this on any section of your homepage and it's not opening, like it's not opening the edit icon or the edit options for you, all what you have to do is click on this button here. Firstly, edit original, because I believe some of you guys might have this particular problem. Maybe you want to change something, an image or a text, but when you are clicking on it, you don't see option to edit it. The first thing you have to do is click on this edit original. When you click on edit original, it will open the tab, it will open that section, that is that pattern you saved. It will open it for you to be able to edit an image, a text, or anything. For example, now as you can see now, it have opened this edit option. I just click on this image and it's opened these options for me, which is, when I click on this particular image icon here, it will open, it will add, okay, it's sorry, that's a mistake. Sorry, to change this particular image, what I'm going to do is click on replace. This replace button properly is bold here. All you have to do is click on replace. It will ask you, do you want to upload a new image? That is, upload from your device, be it phone or laptop, or do you want to open media library? When you click on media library, it will open this modal for you with all the images you've previously uploaded. Me, I just uploaded these two images so far. So Jen, is this where you're having confusion, or is this something else entirely? Jane, is this where your confusion is? Okay, good, good. That's good. So the same applies to other sections of our project. Any image, any section you want to edit, be it text, most of the times, as far, the only ones that we easily edit when you just click on them are these ones we added from patterns, because like that. But for all these our custom sections, when you click them, they might be hard to edit at first. You have to click on edit original. It will open up that particular section for you. You edit it and then save and proceed with your project. So with that in mind, we'll now go ahead and, okay, I was saying that I was trying to, on this our homepage, we've briefly introduced the users to um plastic waste, cardboard and paper and cardboard waste, and glass waste. But then if the users want to know more about it and they click on this read more page, we have to now edit what the users will see when they're on that page. We have to add the images. Sorry, we have to create that particular page that we discuss in details about glass waste, how to identify glass waste, the benefits, and all the regarding all the informations we need users to have regarding to glass waste. So let's proceed. So let's proceed to our pages. I mistakenly clicked on the back button instead of this button here. So let's proceed to the pages. The page we want to edit now. I want to start with our glass page. When you navigate to the glass page, you go ahead and click on this edit. You can click on the edit button here. Also, there's also an edit button from this drop down in this three dot icon. There is an edit button there, or you can easily click this edit button, which is what I will go for any day, anytime. It's easier and faster. So I will just click on edit. Then when I click on that, it will open up this our read more glass page. So now when we are now on this page, the first thing we have to do while we're on this page is to add our navbar. So our navbar, also known as header. That's the first thing we have to do. We come to we come to patterns. Come to patterns, headers, as the same way you added navbar to your home screen. Yes, to your home screen. This is the navbar we are using. When I click on it, I will not start afresh to add images, edit the text on it. By default, it will just paste the same dashboard from our landing page. So I'll just go ahead and click on it, take it up. So I have to remove this. So this add title, we get to removing it, but Sunday, what's your question? You can type your question. Type it. I want to do something. I'll get to that. Sunday, I'm waiting for you. Type your question. Good. Let's just leave this here for now. Let's just proceed with the rest of the page. We'll get to removing this add title. It's a default function in WordPress. So if you see it in your page, you can ignore it for now. We get around to it. towards the end of the class. Sunday, ask your question. You can on your mic. Sunday, you can on your mic and ask your question. Okay, I think it's a mistake. So for this page now, for the hero section, we are going to be using a slider. That is, if you open some websites on your phone or on your laptop, you will see that the hero section is not just this kind of static image we used on our on our homepage. Sorry, yes, on our homepage. So to get around that, you have this kind of images that will be sliding one at a time. It can have virus information, but in this our case, we'll be using the information should be related to glass. So to do that, you let me also remove this here. So we'll create from the scratch. Okay, just you can just if you have this particular display, you can click on this plus icon here. On this, when it displays these options, search for hero, sorry, search for slider, slideshow. This is what we need, slideshow. So it's you will see this prompt to upload an image, to upload images from your laptop, or select images, media library. So let me upload more images to this media library, so we'll have more images we are working with. So to do that, let me download. If you are looking for images for your project, the best place to go for images, to get images from, is the platform I told you guys about in the last class, on splash.com. Let me share my screen. So on this website now, you guys, let me share. Okay, let me also share the link in the messaging, so you can just copy it from there. Hope you guys can see the link. If you can see the link, leave a thumbs up. Good. So you can just copy that link on your laptop, just on a new tab, just click add on splash.com. Sunday, type your question. If you have a question, please type it. I already told you earlier to unmute you. So just type your question in the chat. I'll be attending to all the questions. So I'll be looking for glass. For me, on the search bar, I'll be typing. Okay, let me just proceed with this. So we have various images here, but the we are looking for landscape images. That is images in this particular format. Images in this particular format. You can use them, or you can create your own images. Yes, that's true. I think I already created some images for this particular I already created some images for this particular class. So let me go ahead and look for those images. Give me a minute, I'm coming. Let me look for where I saved those images. Okay, I think I've seen them. let me share my screen so we can continue. I forgot I already generated some images for this particular section. Hope you can see my screen. Hope you are seeing the shared screen. So I'll go to upload files tab, select files. I don't think you will see this process because, okay, good. So I just added these two images. I will allow them to load because those are the two images I'll be using for this particular glass section. My network is a bit slow today, and I think this image is a bit large, but we'll get through that in a couple of seconds. So I'll be using this my generated images, insert gallery. So like I told you guys in the last class how to make it a full screen. I'm going to be making this particular this my hero section a full screen. That is full width. You can do it on your mobile phone or your tablets as well. It's not only on the laptop. If you are making use of a mobile phone, I told you guys about in the last class to display your phone. I told you guys to display your phone to view your phone screen as a mobile sorry, to view your mobile screen as a desktop site. When you okay, I think let me know if I can connect to this class with my phone and show you guys how you can do that. It should be easier to do. So Chukwemeka, you have a question. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I'm coming. Chukwemeka, on your mic and ask your question.
Okay, so my question is simple. How can you launch the site after you're done with it?
After you do what?
You're done with your site creation. How can you launch it?
Okay, in the last class, I told them that part of what we'll be doing in this class is to show them how the site will be visible online. That is, make their site public. So I'm counting on once we are done with this particular page you are working on, I will show you guys how to take the page public. So you can share your link with anybody anywhere, and the person will be able to access your website. Hope I've answered your question, but I want us to finish this page first. Hope the question have been answered. Good. So Sunday, over to you. Sunday, unmute yourself and ask your question. Sunday. Please, if you are making use of a mobile phone and you're having issues with anything so far, please indicate, let me know. It's very important to carry everyone along. So if you are making use of a mobile phone and you're having issue with any step so far, indicate, let me know. Sunday, ask your question. Hope you guys can hear me. Okay. So the image, so as you can see, I added two images to this particular section. Please, if you have a question, just type your question. Like Sunday, I've been waiting for you to unmute yourself and ask your question. You did not do that. So please go ahead, and if you have any question, you can type it in the chat. I will respond to the questions. While I've said that, let's proceed with the class. So I added two images to this particular section, which is this first one, and then this second one. These two images will present themselves as a slide. So when a user is viewing our platform, they can, like, this is like an intro to this particular bottle um bottle page. So yes, I can, sorry, glass page, sorry, I can call it that. So let's add our next section. Our next section will be describing this particular, like we said, we'll be telling users in details about glass recycling. So the first thing we are going to do is to create a heading. So within your project, go ahead and create a heading. Like, sorry, give me a moment, please. So for this our heading, we are going to be calling it, for our heading will be just be using simple heading like glass recycling. I don't know why my page is having issues clicking, but okay. So this glass recycling, currently, as you can see, I just typed it and it appeared in form of a paragraph, but this is not a paragraph. We need this as a heading. I will change this to heading. That is, when you click on this paragraph icon, it will display these options for you, things you can do, turn it to a list, quotes, and etc. But what we need is just this heading. Now it's a heading, but for me, I think this particular heading is too large. I'll be going for something a bit smaller, like, let me say, H3. No, H3 is too small, so let me leave it at H2. And then this particular page is not well centered, so the first thing I'll do is go full width and then properly center it. Click on this particular icon, align text center. With that being said, as you can see, it's now in the center. The next thing is to add a paragraph to this particular header. That is what's like a brief introduction to this section, which, okay, let me copy something. So I just copied this now. So as you can see, as I pasted what I copied, everything is squeezed in the center. Reason why it's like this is because this particular um this particular section I've not given it the free will to adapt to the full width of each section. That is to reach the edges of users screen. To do that, you just click on this icon, this screen icon here, select full width and click on it. And then the next thing we have to do is to center the paragraph, align center, and then we proceed with the next section. Wait, with this, hope you guys understood. I have now understand how to create your different pages based on what you want. Is there another question with page creation? Sunday, what is not working? The page creation or navbar? Where are you stuck at? I've been asking you since what exactly is not working? Just type it. Let me know what you've done so far, so I will know what I'm correcting. So the next thing, like this now, let me go ahead and publish the rest of the pages, because I want once the platform is live, users can easily have like no page I will leave one page to show you guys what will happen when you have a link that's maybe the page connected to that link is not published. So I will just leave one to use for that particular example. So what we are going to do next is publish the rest of our pages, though most of them will basically, okay, first things first, I've not saved. So we are going to the draft. That is all the pages in draft. Plastic, publish. Let's next one. Okay, let me leave sorting. So the next thing we are going to do is to launch our site. I went back so much, but is to launch our site so that it will be visible on the internet. The first thing we have to do, there is two steps you can follow. The first one is inside this particular page, you can click. It's a very simple step actually. You can just click on this launch site, button, and you will see a couple of instructions. After following those instructions and doing what you are asked to do, the site will be live. But the one that is better to do, that I normally do anytime I'm working with WordPress or doing a project on WordPress, is back on this dashboard. Okay. Back on the site dashboard, that is this default dashboard, you have several buttons here, like hosting, overview, and the rest. And what we have to do now is So for this place, maybe if you're on a paid plan, on this page you see settings that you can do, maybe for email and the rest. Maybe you want to add a custom email. This is where you will find it, but for our project you are not going to see that. So you see on this particular page, if you have other sites, maybe other projects you are working on, you will see all of them listed here, and you will see the visibility on this particular project is showing coming soon. If I click on this link now, it will open the project for me on a new tab, but because it's my site I can view it. But then if another person who has your link clicks on it, this site will show them coming soon, due to it will not be available on the World Wide Web. So to do that, you click on this finish setup button. You click on this finish setup button. Okay, let me share the new screen. It opened the new screen on a new tab, so I want to share that screen. Please, if you are seeing my screen, leave a thumbs up. Let me know everybody does, because let me be sure my screen is displaying properly. So on this particular screen, this was the screen I was looking for earlier. It will display all these buttons: choose a theme, choose a domain, but we are using a free domain. That is why we will not be clicking. Though when we proceed, it will still ask us domain related questions. So when you click on this launch your site, it will ask you claim your space on the web. That is, if you want to buy a domain name to use, they will list out all these domain names and their prices. .blog, you can name these particulars. You are not seeing the finish button. Okay, if there any other person that is not seeing the finish button on their project, please indicate. Let me know those having similar problems. Any other person that is not seeing the finish button, please indicate. Okay, no problem. I will get back to that. But let's finish the explanation, then we'll get back to the finish button. So on this page now, you can choose the domain name you want to buy for your project, be it a .com domain, which here is $13. That is, this $13 is a renewable fee. That is, every year you have to pay $13. And .blog, they have a lot of extensions that you can use: .org, .eth, .art, .fun, and the rest. Based on, you have to choose an extension based on what you are working on. But for our case, we want to go for a free domain. We are not trying to purchase anything here. Due to what I entered here is Recycle Smart 9. My free domain is going to be recyclesmart9.wordpress.com. That is, if you entered something else, like maybe just recycle, or maybe you entered your name as the domain you want to use, it can be that recycle.wordpress.com. Every free domain, this free domain is like skipping purchasing domain. Every free domain will have by default this company extension .wordpress.com. So what you do at this stage is click on skip purchase. You don't want to purchase any domain, you click on skip purchase, and then it will list out these plans for you. with the details of each plan, what you stand to gain with each of these are the hosting plans, that is the server plans and their benefits for each plan. Starting from all this, the prices you are seeing here are monthly. So, but you'll be charged yearly if you want to go with any of these plans. That is $4 a month and the rest. So, but we are not trying to pay for a hosting as well. We are just trying to host our projects like free. But if you want to pay, it will be, that is if you want to pay for a hosting, you will have much more access to a lot of things, a lot of settings on your project. So this free plan we are working with is limited. So here is under this, there is a plan for you. You can just after this you see this button or start with a free plan. That is just before the plans. After all this text here, you see this button, start with a free plan. This is what you want to do. You go ahead and click on start with a free plan. Then you see this prompt, that is to tell you what you stand to miss out based on you are going with the free plan. You click on this button, continue with free. Once you've done that, congrats, your site is live. If you this your domain name, if you copy, this is your domain name now. If you copy this link now and open it on any browser, your site will be visible. That is, your project will be visible to. Okay, let me open it on a different browser so you guys should see what I'm talking about. So I'll be opening it on Safari. So, can you guys see my screen? Please leave a thumbs up if you can see my screen, please. Good. Once I paste my link here and hit enter, so as you can see now, our project is now visible on the World Wide Web. Anybody anywhere who has our domain can easily access our project as far as the person have the domain name, that is our address, our website address. So this is the okay, we worked on this glass read more button. When you click on it, it's loading, I guess. Okay. Oh, who is raising? Okay, Juliet. Okay, good. Let me attend to you before proceeding. Okay. So, Juliet, you have a question? Yes, I'm coming to you. Will you be able to share your screen, please? Let me see where you're at. Share your screen, please. Let me guide you through that. Okay, okay, you are making use of mobile phone. Okay, good. Don't worry. I will guide you. I will tell you what to do now. So, if you are making use of mobile phone, so Juliet, on your mobile phone, do you have access to this particular page now? This is what is going to look like on mobile. Let me show you. Oh, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Do you have access to a page that looks like this on your mobile? On your mobile, Josiah, wait, I'll come to you. Okay. Click on this icon, this three dash icon to the top left, yes, top left corner of your screen. You will see this all these buttons. What I want you to do now is go to this my home. This is where I want to go now. This my home here. When you do that, I mean, if you do that, check this particular section, this next step for your site. Near the button, you should see a button like launch your site. Can you see the button like launch your site? Juliet, if you can see the button, please indicate. Any other person having issues with launching their site, please indicate. Cheesy, you said you're having similar problem with launching your site. So where are you stuck at? Are you making use of mobile phone or laptop? Okay. Okay, let me attend to Juliet first. Juliet, have you seen the button I'm talking about? Give me a minute. Okay, you're at your home page. The home page you're at, is it something like this? It will display the name of your website and the rest. Is it showing something like that? Okay. Juliet, do you know how to view your phone as desktop site? Like I showed you guys in the last class, to change your phone display to desktop site. Okay. Let me, I think it's better I log in with a mobile phone and guide you through the process. Can you guys see my screen? Good. So let me open it on my phone. So the first thing I have to do is to view it as a desktop site. I think my screen is wide enough. So dashboard, home. Let me check my project, the one I would like to use for this test. So I'm having issues sharing double screen at the same time. Well, I think all the projects here have been hosted. So what I'm going to do is, while we are Juliet, I will get back while we are on this class. I will try creating a new class, a new project on my phone, so I can share my screen. I can share my screen and show you how to launch it. And while we are doing that, someone, okay, Cheesy, you are making use of a laptop. Cheesy, when for those making use of a laptop, when you are on this page now, I think it should be on this page. Okay. Cheesy, please share your screen. Let me guide you through that. Let me. Cheesy, are you still in this class? Please leave a thumbs up. Let me be sure. Please share your screen. Okay, good, good. So good. Let me continue sharing my screen on mobile. Please, can you guys see my mobile screen? So I'm creating a new project. So I'm going to click on start. Let me pin this to okay. Start with free. So this on my home page now. This, can you see the screen where I'm at? Juliet, can you see where I'm at? This my home, directly under the dashboard icon. You will see that is on the platform you are currently working on. Scroll down, you will see this launch your site button. The button here, I don't know if I can zoom it for you guys to see. Okay, this button, you can see this launch your site button. Go ahead and click on that button. I couldn't find it earlier because the platform is all the previous platforms there are already live. So as I said, on the laptop display, you go ahead and keep purchase. So we'll be using our current default domain. Then you will see there for those making use of mobile phones, there is also start with a free plan here. You go ahead and click on start with a free plan, continue with free. So that is it. Your site is live, and you can just copy this link here and open it on any browser. You can copy the link and share it with anybody, or open it on any browser, and you'll be able to see. Josiah and Joshua, you are making use of a laptop, right? So with that, your site will go live. As you can see, that button is no longer there, which is the issue I was having earlier. So that is it for that. So any other question? Juliet, please, if I've answered your question, you can bring down your hand. Juliet, have I answered your question? Good. So any other question? Please, if you've been following the class so far, leave a thumbs up. Let me know those that have been following. So the next thing we have to do, okay, let's go ahead and make the rest of our pages visible. So before that, I noticed the glass page we worked on. Pages. I can no longer see the read more glass page you worked on. Okay. But we have two read more plastic page. I don't know what is possible. Oh, I think I see the issue now. I think I did not publish the page earlier, so let me check it out now. Good. Oh, sorry. I did not share the screen. Let me do that. So I'm using another browser to open the project. So I noticed we made a mistake. That is, as you can notice, we have two headers here. And the reason is like that is due to, by default, our project will be making use of the header that we added on the home page. Are you guys understanding me? Good. So by default, the header we added on the home page, when the users are viewing the platform, they will see that particular header. They will see that particular header and the footer we added to the home page. So on this particular page, to avoid redundancy, there is no need to be adding extra headers on this page. So what we are going to do, sorry, so what we are going to do on this particular page is to go ahead and remove this header here. It's not required here due to we've already have a header for this project and a footer. You will not get, okay, if you are writing code, for example, you can call that kind of code base.html. That base.html file is a file that all your other HTML files can inherit. Mostly that is for the header and sidebars. All your other files can inherit that particular file, so you will not go ahead to be repeating a particular code, writing a particular set of code over and over again. So with that being said, we have to remove this header here, and this header, this particular write-up that we are trying to remove earlier, having issues trying to remove earlier, is just the title of this particular page. When you host your project, it's not going to reflect on the display. So what you are going to do first is delete this our extra header here, delete the header and save the page. So now when I open up our project again, sorry, it's on Safari here. So now when I open up our project again, as you can see, I have two headers here, 1, 2. When I refresh this page, one of these headers should leave. So this is it. Sunday, as you can, okay, before I come to you, Sunday, we already have, as you can see, we have our header here from the home page and our footer from the home page as well. So that is it. Please, if you have any question, please go ahead and ask your question. Please ask your question. So if you've been following so far, leave a thumbs up. Good. So with all this in mind, it's going to work. These processes I'm teaching you guys is going to work anywhere, Joshua. On any machine you are working with, it's going to work. Okay, Josiah, it's going to work on any machine you are working with. So should I show you guys how to create a page again, or you guys already understood how to create a page and how it works, and also how to create sections on your page? If you have any question from this particular project, please go ahead and ask your question. Sunday, unmute yourself and ask your question. Sunday, ask your question. By the end of this, by the end of this program, I will be, you guys will be submitting your links, the links to all the projects we've worked on through the course of this particular program. So it's not due to we stop here. You guys should not stop here. You on your own, you keep practicing. And this glass page is not done. You have to add the rest of the page. You have to add more stuffs to this page, and if possible, add more. More sections. And you also have to work on the glass page. Sorry, the plastic page and the cardboard paper page. And then also all the links we've created during the course of this program, all the links we've created, they are going to they will have to lead somewhere, starting from sort, about, learn, waste management. Sort and sort waste we have to lead to the same page. Okay, learn more, you have to add an work on your about us page and properly link it to this learn more. So, and also this particular learn more button, you have to link this particular learn more button to a page, because these three categories are not the only waste categories we have. We have more. We have a lot of waste categories. So you have to go and do your research. So, and then create a page that when a user clicks on this learn more, on that page, they will see other kinds of waste categories. That is, if you are working on a project, on this our particular recycling project, you have to and all those pages, you can add read more buttons to each and every category, so users can read in details about that particular waste categories. And also, okay, I've already told you guys, the same waste management button that you are using on your hero, the same waste management page will also be the same waste management page here. So the next thing we have to do, okay, let's all our drafts, let's go ahead and publish all. We have only 2 pages that we've not published, which is sorting and read more. I will go ahead and publish them. Sunday, your this thing is, I still left you, so you at any point in time you could okay, I still left you, so at any point in time you could just turn on your mic and ask your question. Once I'm done explaining this, you will not be able to ask your question. Your hand have been up for a very long time since this class started, and you've not been able to ask a single question. I've told you to type your question in the chat box or in the chat. You've not done that, and you've not been able to ask your question still. So let's proceed to publishing these pages, the rest of our pages, and sorting. So please try as much as possible to make sure you finish this particular project on your own. So with that being said, let me check the next project we are supposed to work on, because we have 2 projects we are supposed to work on for the course of this program. So with the next project, we are now going to be able to, I will now be able to show you guys how to create a new project. How to create a new project on WordPress. That is, you already have a running project. How to create a new project. So the next project according to the scheme of work I have here, is going to be Sismo Green City Guide. So according to the challenge for this project is um, cities need energy, water, food and transport, housing and business, but this system also consume resources and can create waste pollution. So our challenge here is to build a digital guide that helps people make their homes and communities more more sustainable. That is more should I say much more healthy. So we are going to be building a project that will help users understand the need for a green city, the need to properly manage their communities to be sustainable, not just to them, to the should I say to every organism in that community. And okay, so we are going to build this project as our next project for this um track. So for here, I'll be introducing you guys on how to create a new project. So the first thing we have to do is to go back to our um home page. That is our dashboard. That is the first thing we have to do here. Mm. So to start a new project, the first thing you have to do is hosting. If you click on hosting, it will bring you to this particular page. You can click on back to site, that is that particular button, to bring you to this page. This is the main page we need, but that's not the only way to get to this page. The second way to get to that particular page, let me show you guys, is on this your dashboard. Click on dashboard. Just if you're on laptop, navigate to dashboard. It will open up home and updates for you. If you're on mobile phone, when you click on dashboard, it will show you a drop down of home and updates. It's not opening up the rest of my project, but that is not an issue. Let's just go to the host. When you are here, you can see this button, this back to site button with sorry. Sorry, I opened two panels on my screen. So you click on this back to site button, and on this particular page, the main work of this particular page is to list out all your sites. That is all the projects you are working on. For example, you can see our Recycle Smart project here, and to the top right corner of this page, you can see a button for add new sites. When you click on this button, it will open up the prompt for you. That is okay. Good. Add new site. You see options. Create it yourself. Migrate to WordPress. This migrate to WordPress is, let me say, you already have a website running somewhere else, maybe on a cPanel, or should I say Wix, as on any other platform, and you want to transfer that particular website to WordPress. That is where this migrate to WordPress comes in. You already have your site running somewhere else, but you want it to be running on WordPress. So, but what we are doing is we are creating it out. They also have Jetpack plug, Viajet, and Create It AI. Not that these three are irrelevant to us right now. What you need is create it yourself. My network is starting to act up. I think I might have to do a hard refresh. So while it's refreshing, please, any question? Any questions so far? Sorry, I think my network is slow. But can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. It's back. So when you click on that create it yourself, you will see this tab, this particular tab to choose a domain name. So we are going with Sismo Green City. Green City Guide. Okay, come on. So this is it. Or you can even use abbreviation for the name of for your project name. Sismo, let me say you can for Sismo you say SGC. You can just use SGC. Like it depends. Anything you want to name your project is your project, you get to name it. Then click on search. The search, okay, it will display a list of domain for you. Okay, for this one now, this .blog.com and the rest, but that's not what we are doing. We are still going with the free plan as well. Yeah, start free, and also we are going with the free plan here also. So as you can see, we now have another project here that we can start working on immediately. But let me go to this hosting so we can see that place I was telling you guys about, listing all the projects you are working on. So this is it. So as you can see our recycling project, and also you can see the new project we just created. When you create a new project, you will be given a default template. This is the default template we've been given, and that's what we'll be working with for this particular Sismo Green project. Any question? Please, if you are following, leave a thumbs up. Good. So based on any of the classes we've done before, or since you started your project, do you have any question, anything that you find hard to do in your project? For this particular recycle smart, you just for the class just concluded, but you guys have to keep working on it to make sure that the final link you are submitting is up to date. Hope you guys are following. Hope you are following, because this is going to be your project. Good. So based on everything we've done for this recycle smart, Do you guys have any question? You are free to ask your question now. Okay. I'll take that I'll take that everyone understood and followed the class to this stage. So that will be all for today. By our next class, we'll start working on this our Sismo Green. Okay. Salome, please, you can on your mic and ask your question.
I have a question for the recycling project. What website are we supposed to be using?
What website are you supposed to be using?
Yes.
Like to create the project?
Yes.
Okay. The name of the project, the name of the website. You can copy. I'll be leaving the name in the chat box now. You can copy it and keep it and write it down somewhere. So you use it and work for your own on your own project, or anytime you want to work, you can easily copy it from there. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
So I'll be leaving the link. So I just pasted the link to the website on the chat. Copy it from there. Also, the second link, you guys should save this particular link I'll be leaving here. This is the link to get to this particular page I'm on. So once you have logged in and put that link in your browser and enter, you will be redirected to this exact page where you can easily add a new site, or click on finish setup to like we still get, but I'll be leaving the link. Make sure you everybody please try and copy this link down and leave it some and save it somewhere. It's going to be important in the long run when you are working on your own personal project, or when you want to create a new in the future. So that is it. So any other question before we end this class? Any other question? So that is to say we all understood this particular project about Recycle Smart. Bamishe, you have a question? Okay. Okay. The Sysmo tutor domain. Okay. Also, you can also copy it down and save it somewhere. I just left it in the chat. Any other question? So that is to say you or everybody in this particular class now, everybody in this class can start their own project. That is, can create a website on their own with everything we've done so far. Is that right? Bamisha, what is the confusion about? Okay. The domain of my screen is not Sysmo Tutors domain, it's WordPress domain. Let me pin. I'll be pinning two messages right now to the chat. So check the two pinned messages. Bamisha, can you see them? Yes. So those are the two domains. Those are the two domains you'll be needing for WordPress. One is for the default WordPress dashboard. The second domain is to get to the page on my screen right now. On the page where you can add a new website and start building a new website from the scratch. And then the second one to get to the to your dashboard. So if you know you understood this project perfectly, please leave me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want that followed so far. Good. Good. So that say today is their first class with us, please try as much as possible to watch the videos that have already been uploaded. When you've watched those videos, if you have any questions, please endeavor to write them down. Try to write those questions down, so in our next class you can go ahead and ask me those questions before we start working on this our new green city project. Hope I'm making myself clear. Good. All our new students, hope you guys are understanding. No problem, Emanuela. Like I said, the videos are already on your dashboard. You can watch them, and if you have any questions after watching those videos, combine also this particular our today's class as well would also be uploaded maybe later in the day. It will also be uploaded to the dashboard. When you've watched the videos and you still have any confusion, please try and join the next class early. As you can see, today we started I think we started 2 minutes before sorry, we started taking questions 2 minutes before 4:30. Sorry, started taking questions 2 minutes before 4:30. So try as much as possible to join early too, in our next class if you have any questions, so you can ask your questions and we have them attended on time before we start our next class. You guys understand me? Please leave a thumbs up if you understand. Good. With that being said, we've come to the end of our class for today. We are free to leave the class and see you guys on Friday, which will be our next section. Have a nice day. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Bye.